Can you picture a country where women can legally have more than one husband? A Himalayan kingdom with zero traffic lights, zero McDonald's, and zero Starbucks. Welcome to Bhutan, the only nation on Earth that soaks up more carbon than it creates. They call this tiny realm the land of the thunder dragon, where snow-clad peaks hide age-old secrets and progress is tallied in happiness, not in money. Before you know it, I'm going to walk you through a place that feels frozen in time, whose customs will completely upend your idea of a modern society. Tucked between the giants of China and India sits a kingdom of barely 800,000 residents spread across 38,394 square kilometers. Yet Bhutan's true claim to fame is not its size, but its philosophy. It is the only country on the planet that ditched gross domestic product and embraced gross national happiness as its prime yardstick. For Bhutanese people, economic growth matters only when it walks hand in hand with citizens' well-being, cultural preservation, and environmental protection. That ideal is not a marketing slogan. It is written into the constitution and guides every government decision. Imagine a place where you do not need piles of cash to live well. The average monthly cost of living sits around $1,250, and a downtown Thimphu apartment rents for roughly $130 a month. Stack that up against any big Western city, and you see why so many travelers dream of experiencing this kingdom. There is a catch. You cannot just buy a ticket and stroll in. Bhutan enforces a strict, high-value, low-volume tourism policy. Every foreign visitor must book through a licensed local agency and pay a $100 per night sustainable development fee. Money that protects local culture and nature while ensuring tourism lifts, not burdens, the country. Think you may have seen every quirky custom. Think again. In Bhutan, polyandry, one woman marrying multiple husbands, is both culturally accepted and legally recognized. It usually happens between brothers, so family land stays intact. Curiously, King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck broke with royal tradition by pledging to have only one wife. Often dubbed one of the world's most handsome monarchs, he has become Bhutan's poster child for romantic love after choosing exclusivity with Queen Jetsun Pima. Join a Bhutanese meal and brace yourself. Good manners dictate that you refuse food the first time it is offered. Accepting instantly can look greedy. And about the food, Bhutanese people adore chilies. They treat them as the main vegetable, not just a spice, so expect dishes that set your taste buds on fire. Cultural festivals, called checkers, paint the valleys in vivid color. At some, masked dancers perform completely nude beside blazing fires to ward off evil spirits. Far from obscene, these rituals are deeply spiritual and central to national identity. Digging this kind of geographic deep dive? Smash that subscribe button right now. Each week we explore places and phenomena that will blow your mind, and it only takes a second to make sure you never miss an adventure. Bhutan is not just culturally unique, it is an environmental superstar. Roughly 72% of its land remains blanketed by dense forest, making it the only truly carbon-negative country worldwide. That is no accident. The constitution mandates that at least 60% of Bhutan must stay forested forever. Meanwhile, massive investments in renewable energy, mainly hydropower fed by crystal-clear Himalayan rivers, keep emissions incredibly low. Perched at 2,334 meters above sea level, Thimphu ranks among the world's highest capitals. What really sets it apart, though, is its total lack of traffic lights. When a signal was trialed back in 1995, locals protested, preferring the graceful choreography of white-gloved officers who direct cars by hand. Thimphu is also famous for its happiest stray dogs on Earth, well-fed pups that roam freely, doted on by residents. In Bhutan, the pursuit of happiness clearly includes every living creature. Few sites rival the Paro Taktsang Monastery, or Tiger's Nest, clinging to a cliff at 3,120 meters. Reaching it means climbing 850 steep steps. Legend says Guru Rinpoche, who brought Buddhism to Bhutan, flew here on the back of a tigress. Back in Thimphu, the 51.5-meter golden Buddha statue surveys the valley, a gleaming reminder of the nation's spiritual roots. The national Library guards a sacred Buddhist text that weighs a jaw-dropping 60 kilograms, possibly the heaviest book on earth. Global fast food chains, zero. There is no McDonald's, KFC, or Starbucks. Every cafe is homegrown, giving travelers an experience, unfiltered by corporate sameness. Healthcare is fully state-funded and free for citizens, yet in a quirky twist, internet banking barely exists. Most transactions still happen face-to-face. What would life here feel like? Slower, more mindful, and deeply communal. Bhutanese folklore. Says thunder is dragons hurling snowballs from the sky, a poetic window into their fusion of nature and spirituality. Traditional dress remains the norm. Men wear the knee-length go, women the ankle-length kira. These garments are mandatory in schools, government offices, and formal events, reinforcing a vivid cultural identity. Thimphu balances heritage and progress without neon skylines or soaring towers. Wooden buildings decked with intricate Buddhist patterns line the streets, and nightlife revolves around cozy bars serving ara, a homemade rice spirit. Bhutan reminds us that development can take another road. In a world obsessed with breakneck growth and consumerism, this Himalayan kingdom chooses collective happiness, ecological harmony, and cultural preservation. Sure, challenges exist: limited tech access, developing infrastructure, and an economy still tied to farming, but Bhutan nudges us to ask, do we really need traffic lights, drive-thrus, and megamalls to be happy? Or is there wisdom in slowing down, valuing community, and living in sync with nature? So, would you trade some modern comforts for Bhutan's meaningful simplicity? Could you thrive where happiness outranks money? If this video shifted your idea of what a developed society looks like, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs a new perspective. Drop a comment telling us which Bhutanese tradition surprised you most. And if you crave more mind-stretching journeys, slam that subscribe button. Here at MindSparks, we explore fresh frontiers every week to expand your world and ignite your curiosity.